stop right here. You weren't meant to scroll past this. If you're hearing this message right now, it's for you, and I want you to listen closely. Jesus has a word specifically for his chosen ones today. There's something holding you back, something you need to let go of before it's too late. Jesus is calling you to step into the fullness of who you are. But you can't do that if you're still carrying things that don't belong in your life. Let's break free from what's been weighing you down. You, as a chosen one, are set apart. You've always known that deep inside, there's a purpose over your life that goes beyond what the world sees. God has been preparing you for something greater. But the enemy has tried to distract you, to burden you with things that are not yours to carry. He whispers lies, convincing you to hold on to fear, doubt, guilt, or the past. But Jesus is telling you right now, it's time to let it go. You see, the enemy knows the power you have when you fully embrace your identity in Christ. That's why he tries to fill your life with distractions. Maybe it's people who don't support your journey. Maybe it's a habit or mindset that's keeping you stuck. Maybe it's the fear of what might happen if you truly let go and trust God completely. Whatever it is, it's time to release it. Jesus didn't call you to live a life of fear or bondage. He called you to live in freedom. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He sees the burdens you've been carrying. He knows the weight of it, all the sleepless nights, the overthinking, the moments you felt alone in your struggles. But he's here to remind you that you're never alone. He's been with you every step of the way, waiting for you to surrender what's been holding you back. It's time to let go of fear. Fear has no place in the heart of a chosen one. Fear is the enemy's way of keeping you from stepping into the greatness God has planned for you. Every time you hesitate, every time you doubt, fear tightens its grip on your life. But Jesus says, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." His presence is your strength, your refuge. You don't need to know every step of the journey. Just trust that he's guiding you. Doubt is another thing that needs to go. As chosen ones, we sometimes doubt ourselves, our purpose, and even God's timing. We look at the challenges ahead and think, am I really capable of this? But here's the truth. God doesn't choose the qualified. He qualifies the chosen. You don't have to be perfect to fulfill your purpose. You just have to be willing. Jesus sees your potential even when you don't. He knows what he placed inside of you. Let's talk about the past. How often do we allow our past mistakes, failures, or regrets to define us? We replay moments in our minds, wishing we could go back and change things. But here's the thing, Jesus has already redeemed your past. When he died on the cross, he took every sin, every mistake, and every regret, and he wiped it clean. You are not your past. You are who God says. You are a new creation in Christ. Let go of the guilt, the shame, and the what-ifs. They don't define you anymore. As chosen ones, we also need to let go of the need for approval from others. It's easy to get caught up in wanting to be accepted, wanting to fit in, wanting to be liked. But Jesus didn't call you to be like everyone else. He called you to stand out, to be different, to be set apart. You don't need the world's approval when you have God's approval. His opinion is the only one that matters. The world may not understand your calling, but that's okay. They don't need to. Only you and God need to be in agreement. Sometimes we hold on to toxic relationships because we're afraid of being alone. But let me remind you, God didn't create you to settle for anything less than what he has planned for you. If someone is pulling you away from your purpose, it's time to let them go. It doesn't mean you don't love them, but it does mean you love God's plan for your life more. Jesus is calling you to surround yourself with people who uplift you, who encourage you, who help you grow closer to him. It's also time to release the burden of comparison. In a world full of social media, it's easy to look at someone else's life and think, why don't I have what they have? But comparison is a thief of joy. God's plan for your life is unique. It's not meant to look like anyone else's. What God has for you is specifically for you, and no one can take it away. Trust that his timing is perfect, even when it feels like everyone else is ahead. Jesus is telling you to let go of the need to control everything. As chosen ones, we often feel like we need to have everything figured out. But Jesus is saying, be still and know that I am God. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know what tomorrow holds. All you need to know is that God is already there. He's working behind the scenes, preparing the way. Trust him enough to let go of control and allow him to lead. The last thing you need to release is the lie that you're not enough. The enemy loves to plant seeds of insecurity, to make you believe that you're not smart enough, strong enough, or good enough to fulfill your purpose. But here's the truth. God doesn't make mistakes. You are exactly who he created you to be. You are enough because he is enough. In your weakness, his strength is made perfect. You don't have to have it all together. You just have to be willing to let God work through you. Now, as you listen to this, I want you to take a deep breath and release everything that's been holding you back. Imagine laying it all at the feet of Jesus. The fear, the doubt, the past, the need for approval, the toxic relationships, the comparison, the control, the insecurity. Surrender it all. Jesus is calling you to step into a new season of freedom, of peace, of purpose. But you can't carry the old baggage into the new season. Let it go. Jesus is saying to you today, my child, I have so much more for you. But you have to trust me enough to let go of what's not serving you. You were not meant to carry these burdens. You were meant to walk in freedom, in joy, in purpose. Let me carry the weight. Let me guide you. Let me show you the way. You were chosen for a reason. God's plan for your life is bigger than you can imagine. But it starts with surrender. It starts with letting go. So today, I challenge you, get rid of what's been holding you back before it's too late. Step into the fullness of who God created you to be. The world needs what you have to offer. Don't let anything stop you from becoming all that God has called you to be.